A very good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gaurav Shresth, and today we have a webinar on a very interesting topic, which is stock SIP or equity SIP. So, you all must have heard about SIP, Systematic Investment Plan. Stock SIP is basically, directly investing, directly starting an SIP in a particular stock or in a group of stock. So, what is the main difference between, MF SIP and stock SIP? In MF SIP, you give your fund to a particular fund manager, you invest in a particular MF, and a fund manager will decide in which group of stock they will start an SIP. Whereas in a direct SIP or whereas in the equity SIP, what will happen that you will have more control over your fund. You will decide on which stock you can invest, on which stock you can start your SIP. So this is the main fundamental difference between stock SIP and a mutual fund SIP. There are few important points, a few benefits of stock SIP or quick or equity SIP. So one of them is there is no lock-in period as such. You can start your SIP and you can close it whenever you want. Also, you have a flexibility of stopping your SIP for a 1 month or for a 2 month basis, and then again you can restart it whenever you want it. So you have stock SIP has much more flexibility, especially with us HDFC Securities. So what we will cover in this particular webinar is how you can create an SIP, in which stock you can create an SIP, which will be very as per our recommendation, which are the stock which will give you a very good return in the coming time, and what are the different kind of stock SIP. So one is the normal traditional stock SIP, and then we also have a quick SIP. So we will cover both the quick SIP as well as normal SIP, how to create an order, how to place it, and which stock and which ETF you can start your SIP. So starting with, first of all, before starting an SIP, you have to log into our account, and once you log in, you will get this page of the front dashboard. In this, you have to go to our equity section, and over here you can see the second option, which is Start SIP, DIY SIP. So DIY SIP stands for Do It Yourself Systematic Investment Plan. So once you click in Start SIP, a basket will open up. Now, basket is nothing but a group of stock in which you want to start your SIP. So you can enter in at the basket name, any name that you want to enter. So let's suppose I want to create a basket of long-term stock. So I can enter long-term. Facilitator code, again, it's an optional thing. You can enter or you can just leave it blank. SIP amount, SIP type, you can select either amount or quantity. So basically you can two kind of an SIP option is there. One is on an amount basis and another is a quantity basis. So if you have selected amount SIP, what this means that a certain amount, whatever amount that you've decided, will be invested in the market, in a group of stock or in the stock that you have selected. If you've selected quantity, that means the quantity that you have mentioned, that quantity will be bought every month or whatever frequency you have selected. So this is the difference between amount and a quantity. Scheduled start date is a date from which you want your SIP to begin with. So we can just select an amount, and in the scheduled date I'm selecting as an, let's suppose, 18th of December. Now coming to a very important thing, frequency. The frequency can be daily, weekly, fortnightly, or a monthly. Again, if you want to get a good average price for a particular stock, you should always go with the lower frequency, but it's ultimately your decision whether you want to go with the higher frequency or with the lower frequency. You can generally also go with the weekly frequency. It's kind of in a between. Most of the people normally prefer to go with the monthly frequency. So in monthly frequency, what will happen on a monthly basis, 18th of every month a stock will be bought. Then you have total period in months. So for how long you want to start your SIP, the minimum period will be 24 months, and then you can select up to 120 months. Or the thing is that although the minimum period is 24 months, but you always have an option to stop your SIP in between. So even let's suppose after 6 months after starting an SIP, you don't want to continue it. So you have an option to stop your SIP. Also, let's suppose after maybe a year or so, you don't want your SIP to continue for a couple of months, and then it's fine for you. So you can also pause your SIP for 2 months or for 3 month period. So we have all those options, but while creating an SIP, the minimum period will be 24 months only. So once you have filled up the entire detail, at the top you have to select exchange in which exchange you want to start your SIP, and then enter the stock name. So I'm going with HDFC Bank, and since we have selected the amount base, so we have to enter the amount that we want to invest in an SIP. So I'm going with 5,000 rupees. So like this way we can enter few more stock. So you can see it. I have entered HDFC Bank, TCS, and Reliance Industry, 5,500 amount in each one of them. So once you have entered the group of stock that you want to start your SIP in, just go down, tick I agree with terms and condition, and click on place order. So your SIP will be created, and you will get a confirmation message also regarding the same. So just have to confirm your order, and that's it. SIP basket has been created, and you will have a basket name. Now, if you want to see your SIP, the pending SIP which we have just created, you have to select SIP request book, and in this you can see the basket name long term will be there. In case you want to cancel it or modify it, you have an option at and below to modify, to cancel, or to do any other thing that you want to do it, including pausing your SIP for, let's say, for a month or 2 months. You can also do that. So this is how you will create a normal SIP, amount based SIP. Now, last year we also introduced a new feature in our DY SIP, which is quick SIP. So it has a few more beneficial things, like an SIP will get triggered in the same day if the market is open. Also, it has a few more facilities like an top up option and all those things. So we will cover that. For quick SIP, again you have to go in equity, and in equity you have to go in a third option, which is quick SIP. So you can see the list of stock. These are the list of stock on which we have a recommendation. There are around 14 stock and 8 ETF on which we have a buy recommendation for a long term, buy recommendation for SIP. So you can select any particular stock. Let's suppose I want to start an SIP in Reliance Gold ETF. I just have to click on quick SIP, and an SIP page will open up. All the details will be automatically filled. I just need to change, if in case I want to change anything. Let's suppose I want to increase my periodic value from 24 month to higher value, I can do that. And in case I want to increase my investment amount from 5,000 to any other value, I can do that also. But rest everything will be filled. Now the one important feature which will be there in quick SIP is step up option. So step up option is nothing but an option where you can increase your investment amount automatically by certain percentage on a year-on-year basis. So let's suppose I started with 10,000 rupees, and my investment period is, let's suppose, around 60 months, which is 5 years. So I want that on a yearly basis, just like our salary get increased on a 10%, 15% on a year-on-year, I want my SIP also to increase on a same percentage basis. So what I can do, I can select step up my SIP, and I can decide the percentage that I want my SIP to increase with. So let's suppose I want 15%. So what will happen for the first year? Obviously 10,000 rupees will be invested on a monthly basis, and then from the second year onwards, 15% will increase automatically. From the 13th month, the SIP value will be approximately 15% more than a 10,000. So this will be it will be done. And after 2 years, since this is SIP for the 5 year period, after 2 years again more 15% SIP amount will be increased. So this will keep on going on till the end of the SIP, which is after 5 years. So this is an additional option, additional feature that we have for a quick SIP. Apart from that, there is some limitation also for a quick SIP, which is first of all that it's only available for the amount basis SIP. So you can't create an quantity based SIP in quick SIP. So this is one limitation that is there. Second thing, that you can also only create quick SIP in our recommended stock and ETF, which is around 8 ETF and 14 stocks. Now, in case you want to start an SIP, a normal SIP, let's suppose, but you're not sure in which stock you want to create it. You're not sure, which stock can give you a better return. So for that, you always have our recommendation. Our research team have done an in-depth analysis and selected a few group of stock, a well-known stock as well as a lesser-known stock, which are expected to give a very good return in a coming time. So we will just see how you can check that. You have to go to our normal website. Even before login, you can go to a product. In equity section, you have to go in a DIY SIP page. Over here, you will find over here you can find the videos how you can create an DYSIP from mobile application from Empowered. What are the benefit of DYSIP? And at the bottom you will find the ideas. So once you click in the PDF file, and PDF will open up. So there are different report for an ETF and different report for an stock. So in stock, you can see the medium risk stock. These are basically a well-known stock: Bharat Electronic, Canfin Home, HDFC Life Insurance, Hero Motor Corp, Larsen and Turbo, Trend, and few other stocks are there as our buy recommendation. And you can also find the list of the detail, why we are bullish on a particular stock. So what is the fundamental of the company that is very attractive, and the few numbers, few details of the company's balance sheets, why it's comparatively good compared to some other company from a same sector. So we have a 8 stock, well-known stock at the top, and then at the bottom we have a 8 lesser-known stock, a bit riskier stock, but a stock which can give you a better return if it goes in our direction. The Birla Corp, Camplain Point, Century Textile, DCM, HPCL, Mahindra Life, Muthoot Finance, and State Bank of India are a bit of a high risk stock, but you can also start to invest. You can also think to start an SIP in this stock also. And again, the report, it is followed by the report. Now, what is the fundamental? What is the real reason why you should be adding this stock in the SIP? So you have a 8 medium risk stock and 8 higher risk stock. Now, in case you want to start an SIP in ETF, you want to again, ETF is a bit more safer option, you can say, especially than in ETF which represent a particular index. So in case you want to go with the ETF option, you also have a report for that. Again, you have to go in the same page, ideas, and in ideas you have to click on the PDF file just below the ETF section, and the same kind of a report will open up. So we will just give you an example. Reliance share Nifty Bees is in one of the recommendations. So we will just click on a PDF file, and a recommendation of ETF will open up. So at the top, you will see the brief description of what is ETF and why you should invest in an ETF. And then you will see the list of stock on which we have a buy recommendation. So starting with Kotak Nifty ETF, Reliance ETF Nifty Bees, and SBI ETF Nifty 50, followed by SBI ETF Sensex, HDFC Sensex ETF, so all the index ETF. And then you at the bottom you also have a few of the gold ETF, Nifty ETF Bank, in case you want to go to a particular segment. Bharat 22 ETF is also there, and Motilal Oswal Mid Cap 100 ETF, and Motilal Oswal Nasdaq ETF, in case you want to go with the international index. So we have a very different kind of an recommendation in a different kind of an ETF. So you can follow this and you can invest in one or two or maybe in all of the ETF. At the right hand side, you can see the NAV, then fund size. Also, you can see the rating and everything of a particular ETF. So this is how you can check the ETF and the stock for our recommendation, and then you can ultimately decide yourself in which stock or in which group of stock or ETF you want to start your SIP. Again, you always have an option to start an SIP in the particular stock, in the particular blue chip company that you are very bullish on. So let's suppose if I am bullish on HDFC Bank, Reliance Industry, TCS, I can obviously go with these three company and I can start an SIP with that company only. And just like that, if you are individually bullish on a few particular stock which might not be there in our recommendation, you can obviously start and do SIP in those stock. Also, you have an option whenever your view changes, you can stop your SIP in that particular stock and restart an SIP in some other stock. So there is complete flexibility. There is no locking period, no restriction for you. So these are the main benefit of DIY SIP. One more important feature from our website only, from our DIY SIP page only, is DIY SIP calculator. So once you click in DIY SIP calculator, you can calculate the historical return of a particular stock which they have given in a SIP. So let's suppose I want to see what return HDFC Bank has given in SIP. I just have to enter the HDFC Bank, the amount, let's suppose 10,000 rupees. Monthly frequency for last 5 years. Sorry. So for last 60 months, if I invested 10,000 rupees for a month, my investment will be this, and the total percentage gain is around 22%, 22.63%. So like this way, I can calculate any other stock return also historically. So for Reliance also, this is my percentage return and this is the amount that I have got it now. If I invested 10,000 rupees on a monthly basis for last 16 months. Again, the historical return doesn't mean that the stock will keep performing the same way in the future, but this will help you in kind of it will provide you an indication how the company is doing for last 5 years or last 3 years period. You have an option of selecting 60 months, 36 months or 12 months to check the SIP return. Also, you can check it the lump sum return of a particular stock from the same calculator. So this is the basic of SIP. I hope everything regarding the order placement and regarding what the SIP, DIY SIP is very much clear. So now we are open for our FAQ section. Any question that is there from your end, use this opportunity to ask your question. Just click on a question mark, enter your question, write your name, and click on a submit button. So we have one question from Mr. Anup. How to ensure SIP trigger at a specific time instead of a morning market opening time? So Mr. Anup, that's a very good question. The SIP normally get triggered at around 10 in the morning, not exactly at around 9:15. So unfortunately, the client doesn't have an option to select a specific time of an order placement. What option that you have is to select a particular date, but regarding the order placement time, since all the SIP order of our company goes at a particular time only, so you can't basically have a word on that particular thing. So unfortunately, it's not in the client control, it's not even in our hand. But the order will not go at a market opening because it's a market at 9:15. The order fluctuation will be very high. Order will go somewhere around 10 in the morning. So any more question regarding SIP, how to create an SIP, please click on a question mark, enter your question, your name, and click on a submit button. Okay, so we have a question from Mr. Rajiv. Can you please tell us the benefit of a quick SIP again? Yeah, Mr. Rajiv, sure. So quick SIP, it's just like a normal DIY SIP only, just like a normal SIP only. There is just few more feature which is available in quick SIP. The first of all is that the moment you want to start an SIP, you can just go to a quick SIP in equity section, third option quick SIP, and our recommended stock and ETF will open up. In that you can select directly click on a right hand side quick SIP, and automatically the entire detail will be filled up. Now in case you want to change anything, you can do that. Otherwise you can just click on a submit button and your SIP will start. Now since we are starting it right now before 3:30, before market closing, so the first order will go immediately in the market only. The second order will start on the 16th of every month, which you can see at a start date. second order will go on a 16th of every month, but the first order will go on a first day itself. This is the one difference between normal SIP and quick SIP. The second difference is the step up option. So you can select on a step up option and you can select the percentage. Whatever percentage you have selected, on a year-on-year basis, the SIP amount will increase by the same percentage. So these are the few difference between quick SIP and normal DIY SIP. The third difference is obviously you can only do quick SIP in our recommended ETF and stock. Okay, so any more question? Please enter your question. We are, we just have few more minutes for our FAQ section. So any more question? Please enter your question and click on the submit button. Because we have a question from Sneha. Can I start DIY SIP in more than 10 stock? Yes, obviously you can start your device IP in more than 10 stock also. You can also have an option to create a multiple basket. So there is no restriction in the number of stock that in which you want to start your SIP in. You can create an SIP in as many stock as you want to. So there is no limitation for creating a number of stock. There is a limitation in quick SIP in a way that you can start in quick SIP only in the recommendation stock. But as far as normal SIP is concerned, you can select as many stock as you want. There is no restriction as such. So I think that's it. There are no further questions. So thank you very much, guys, for joining us. I'm hopeful that the today's session was very useful, and I am really hopeful that all of you will start your SIP in the coming time, maybe in our recommended stock or maybe in your own choice of stock. So any other help required, do follow us in our YouTube channel. We have a list of videos uploaded for various other products also. So thank you very much for joining us. Have a great trading day. Thank you.